second. My man's got merch. You doing your thing, girl. You want to shout out the guy in the merch right now. He would be so. Put the camera on, idiot. All right. I feel so dirty and clean all at the same time.
Right, so if you've been on the internet at any point in the last month, you will know this girl, Hailey Welsh. I actually don't know if that's how you say her name. And she went famous from saying this.
You gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing, you get me?
I don't get you. I think you gotta demonstrate.
Hawk Tuah and spit on it! Spit on it!
Now, if you're slightly normal with any level of IQ and brain cells, you would have seen this video, and watching it, your reaction would have been...
you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing, you get me?
But if you are interesting in the mind, then you would have watched that and thought it was the best thing that you have ever seen, and you're going to make it your entire personality for 7 months, and you're going to wear merch with that phrase on it, and you're going to quote it at any point you can, and you're going to consume every piece of media that says the words. I can't even say it, so every time I need to say it, I'm going to make her say it, because I genuinely, saying it makes my asshole twitch. The world is full of people becoming famous from pretty much nothing, and honestly, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I don't really even have a problem with this girl. I just think it's funny, and I thought we'd have a look at how, from saying the words Hawk Tuah, she managed to start a podcast, do club appearances, and is invited for a multitude of interviews that make me want to rip off my own skin.
Do you really, Hawk Tuah, or were you just having a laugh there?
I was just having a laugh there.
So you're not a spitter? Yes or no? Spit? No, spit. Is it a bit?
We'll leave it a mystery.
Well, this is entertainment at its finest. Notice how he goes to say yes or no after she didn't answer the question, and then he decides, yeah, it's probably not an appropriate question to be asking a 21-year-old girl.
Yes or no? Spit? No.
The most uncomfortable piece of media I've ever witnessed. And if you are a radio host and this is the level that you're dropping to, then maybe you need to be sectioned, because nothing against her. It's not her fault that people have the sense of humour of a literal child, but it's a bit of an uncomfortable watch, isn't it? I feel like it's easy to say, well, why this is slightly uncomfortable. Why is there like a 60-year-old man asking a 21-year-old if she's a spitter or a quitter? That's a bit weird. But then that is her whole spiel. You know, she wouldn't be famous if it wasn't for that. And if people are inviting you onto a podcast, I guess that's what you're going to talk about. But it's a tough watch. Nevertheless, it is a tough watch. And he looks old enough to be a dad. It's not acceptable. Okay, again, no hate, again, like at all. It's about to be hateful, but no hate. Congratulations on 1 million for what? I'm trying not to be a hater, because obviously anyone would want 1 million. Stop making people that do absolutely fuck all famous, because it makes them think that they have shit to say that people care about. But that video gives silent disco. You know those silent discos where everyone's silent and all you can hear is like people's squeaky shoes on the floor and like people's heavy breathing? That's what that party gives. She looks so dead. But I would be dead if my fame grew because I said... Yeah, so musicians and artists got up on stage to say the famous words. And the best thing is, like, if you're going, like, to a concert, are you just standing on stage and every now and then saying the words? Or, like, are you singing? Or, like, what are you doing? I respect it. I do. I actually do, because she would have been paid to be there. And as much as it disappoints me, it's like, I'm not disappointed in her. I'm disappointed in the public. I'm disappointed as a society we managed to make people famous for the most ridiculous reasons. And something else that makes me feel slightly sick is the fact that I know she's really popular with a lot of like older men, like that radio guy, purely because she said some weird sexual thing on a street interview podcast that men are going crazy for. Like, have you guys ever touched a woman? Have you ever felt the loving touch of a woman? Have you ever felt real boobs? Like, have you ever touched a tit? So after her, like, blow up, I guess, to fame, she's now decided to venture on with her career path. And why am I making this video? No one knows. I think because I love a good cringe story. I love a good cringe story. I'm not going to hate on this girl, though, you know? Right, when the internet hates on a woman, I kind of just start to love her. Because, like, why are you all collectively hating on a woman together? Like, it's giving misogyny. And I love to love a woman that's hated. Unless she's done some really messed up shit, like kill a whole family. But you get me. So she goes on to basically do a podcast, which this is the part where I'll get a little bit hateful, but not on purpose, by accident. Because it gets me, it really makes me, like I'm gonna be sick.
Very awesome things that have changed my life so far since all this has happened. Number one, I got over my stage fright. I sang in front of 80,000 people with Zach Bryan the other night, and I cannot sing for but I did it anyway. Number two, I quit my job at the Spring Factory, and so I don't have to eat Taco Bell all the time, but I'm still going to do it anyways. Number three, I actually have to get ready more than one time out of the week now. I'm not allowed to look like Adam Sandler anymore.
See, this is what I mean. She's a sweet girl. She's nice. She seems nice. Like, she hasn't done anything wrong. And, like, everyone hating on her that is like, oh, stop making these people famous. Like, what a stupid bitch. Like, you are jealous. You are jealous because you want to be famous for saying 2 words. And, like, yes, there's going to be a drop-off. There's going to be a fall-off. That's what happens every single time you get famous from absolutely zero work. Like, you will fall off. You will drop off. But, like, no one in their right mind is genuinely hating somebody for, like, making money while they can. Like, you would all do it, so eat ass.
Here are 3 things that have not been so great here lately. Number one, I have to convince my pawpaw not to shoot the paparazzi outside of our house every day.
I mean, what is paparazzi doing? Realistically, like I said, no hate for her making the most of her fame, but what are paparazzi going to report? Guys, Hailey Welsh is at a house eating a Pop-Tart or a Twinkie. That's really great. Anyway.
Number two, stop asking me for the link in bio for my OnlyFans. I don't have an OnlyFans, and there will never be an OnlyFans. I just make funny jokes. That's all I do.
That's what happens when you're a woman online. You can't just exist. People have to ask if you have an OnlyFans. I get at least a message every other day being like, link, OnlyFans? You must have an OnlyFans. You must. You do. You probably do.
The imposters and all the fake accounts, I don't have any kind of social media just yet besides Snapchat, but when I have the rest of it, you guys will be the first to know when I launch it. And by the way, there's one more thing that's really pissing me off. Any of you selling or purchasing merchandise online, it's not from me. It's not approved by me, and it's counterfeit, and I'm not making a damn dime off of any of it. But I just hired a manager, and I hired an attorney, so we're coming for you. But don't worry, I'm launching my...
Can you trademark a series of words that you say so people can't use it as merch? Like, imagine I start my videos off by saying, hi guys, or hi everyone. Can I just trademark the words hi guys and hi everyone so that no one can ever use that on any piece of merch ever? Like, I get that if someone's using those 2 words that they're probably ripping you off, but like, who is buying that? Who is buying that? Like 70-year-old men in like Ohio or like, what's the other state? Texas are like walking around in t-shirts with those 2 words on. Like, they are the only people wearing that. Or like 16-year-old boys. Like, come on. Get yourself together, guys. If you are engaging in this, then you should put yourself down. She did quite a few interviews as well, and this is one where she basically says that she doesn't want to be remembered by the meme.
That to be like my image.
Yeah.
Like, Hawk Tuah girl. I don't see that being like my thing. You know?
I kind of understand, because I wouldn't want to be known for that either, but at the same time, that's what you became famous for. If you hadn't have said those 2 words, you wouldn't be sat in that chair. And ultimately, you are taking club appearances and podcast experiences based off of the fact that you said those words, and now you're talking about the fact that you are the girl who said those things. So I don't really think you're taking the right route. I don't think there's any reason that you have to stick by doing that. You can pretty much do what you want, like, with that platform, but maybe just don't talk about it and slightly move away from it. Because if you talk about the fact that you don't want to be remembered for that, like, but then you go on podcasts and you talk about that, that's not really how it works. It is cringe to what? It is, like, not even in like a really nasty way, because like I said, everyone would want to make money through doing nothing. Like, I make money from basically doing nothing. But I then wouldn't complain that people know me as like, the alphabet woman. You're the alphabet woman. Like, yes, I am the alphabet woman.
Y'all really thought I was done? I'm just getting started, baby. I'm Hailey Welsh. A little while ago.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't think you were done, considering you barely started.
A little while ago, my life took a complete left turn and it changed forever. And along the way, I've realized that everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Well, now it's
You saying those words made you realise that people are going to have their own opinions. It's not, and I think what she was saying is it's not until you're like an internet person, basically, that you realise that people's opinions like will always exist, like no matter what you do and say. And that what she should have said after is that like, that doesn't matter and I'm going to continue to put what I want online. Because saying that alone, what she said doesn't really make any sense, because like that's like basic empathy skills that you develop when you're like 5, but she didn't mean it like that. She just meant like it made me realize people are gonna chat shit no matter what, which is true. So like, you fucking do you, girl.
my time to talk. Check out my podcast every week, Talk Tuah, where I'm sitting down with the coolest guests and having actual conversations with them.
Fucking hell, well, I'm glad you're gonna have actual conversations with them and not fake ones. And let's see, is the podcast full of actual conversation, shall we? Because it's not. I'll tell you now, it's not. And again, no hate to her specifically. She's actually not too bad of a co-host or a host or whatever she is. But it's from the highlights I saw, I'm out.
How cute. Okay, I love it. I love you. I love that. Look at this on. They even got me a monster. Talk to it. I like that.
That's an insane podcast setup for a podcast that I believe you and me will not be running in 3 months' time. Because you're doing a podcast weekly, what is there to talk about? I struggle sometimes. Like, I want to get more videos out as much as I can, and I'm talking about other people's lives. All right, I don't even have enough interesting things about myself to talk about. I do, but they don't do well, so.
Weren't you on Bizarrebark?
Yeah. Did you watch Bizarrebark?
A little bit here and there.
My claim to fame is that I know Olivia Rodrigo.
Props to you.
That's pretty cool, right?
That is pretty cool.
He unfollowed you, brother.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, they done got Jake Paul. You know what? In that room, though, the most likable person is her. Because, and I know that Jake Paul is the reason that she can have that podcast, because isn't the podcast owned by Jake Paul's company or something like that? Or like, it's something to do with Jake Paul. Like, I would rather not have a podcast than have Jake Paul around me at all, to be honest.
Do it. Hawk Tuah. You gotta put like an emphasis on it, like tuh, like really give it. All right, all together. Hawk Tuah. Hawk Tuah. Hawk Tuah. Say it aggressive, like you really.
Like you're mad at the day. You're mad at it.
Yeah. Do it.
What? Like what? The thing is as well, this podcast is going to do well for the first episode purely because the YouTubers are covering it. And then after that, it's just going to go, woo, boom, and blow up. No one's going to listen or watch. And that's not me being mean, but like, didn't you just say you don't want to be known as the Hawk Tuah girl, and now you're being known as the Talk Tuah Podcast girl? It is a smart name, I'm not gonna lie.
Botox in your armpits so that you don't sweat. Yeah. The dermatologist said to me, the sweat does have to come out somewhere, and it usually comes out in your...
And your poochie banana? What the fuck?
Look, man, all I'm saying is that I don't like the narrative that women aren't funny. I don't. I really think it's just annoying as hell. But I'm going to have to leave that point there, I think, for today.
Oh my God, Hailey, Talk Tuah hit 6 on Apple Music and 8 on Spotify.
No fucking way, are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God, thank y'all so much for listening and watching.
But the thing is, I'm going to hold your hand while I say this, and unfortunately, you probably are a victim of hate watching. And we're all guilty for it. You know, I've hate watched it. You watch it, you hate it, you give it views. And you know what? It doesn't really matter because either way you're getting paid. I respect it. But yeah, I can't do this anymore. What is my Guys, please like, please subscribe, because I really have hit a new low on this channel that I don't think I'm ever going to recover from. So I really need your assistance in rescuing me from the deep, dark depths of despair. And like and subscribe to rescue me from death and certain despair. And I'm repeating myself. Goodbye.